We're going to get to the next topic on the Rock Squad podcast. We're going back to the Smashing Pumpkins. We just talked about them with Siamese Dream, but this one's really cool. They're putting out another archival release called Live at the Viper Room in 1998. This one was recorded in LA at the Viper Room in January of 1998. It's mostly a Billy Corgan acoustic show where he played a lot of songs from the Adore record before it was released. So this is actually a follow-up to the Live in Japan 1992 LP that they put out earlier this year. What do you think of this release, Dave? Are you excited for this? How do you rank Adore among Pumpkins albums? Because it ranks pretty high for me, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a killer record, and I'm a goof, and I love the dark themed Pumpkins. Like I know Billy Corgan's a huge wrestling fan and stuff, so
Yeah.
I appreciate all the theatrics that he put into that era of Pumpkins. That's for sure. So yeah, man, it's killer, and I'm not a huge acoustic Pumpkins fan, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm not like there's a few songs that are okay, but I'm not a huge fan of the acoustic Pumpkins. But this should be good. Like it should. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad release or anything. I've yet to hear it. So yeah, it'll have to be really sparkly for me to be into it. I'm definitely a studio guy for them.
Yeah, me too. And the thing with Adore is that was the first Pumpkins record that I really bought and I really got into. I was always familiar with their stuff before that, but I never really was a Pumpkins fan until Adore came out. Then I got into that record, and that's kind of opened up the door to the rest of the Pumpkins for me. And that's when I really dug into them and became the gigantic Pumpkins fan that I am today. And I always really enjoyed, like you're saying, the dark side of the Pumpkins, and that's something they definitely explored on the Adore records. There was a little bit more acoustic, there was a lot more electronic. Jimmy Chamberlain wasn't in the band at the time because he had been kicked out after Melancholy, so it was a different record for the Pumpkins. It's funny because back at the time, it was on the heels of Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, this huge double rock record, and they decided to do something completely different. And people weren't a huge fan of it, at least in the mainstream. Maybe some diehard Pumpkins fans as well. They weren't huge fans of it because it was so different. But in hindsight, we look at that record as being really great. Not only because it is actually great, but because it was Billy Corgan and it was James Iha and it was Darcy Retzky together making music. And I know people look at that era of the Pumpkins with rose-colored glasses, like that is the ultimate era of the Pumpkins, obviously with Jimmy in there as well. So people look on it a lot more fondly these days, but I liked it when it came out. It's got lots of great songs. It's got Ava Adore, Perfect is awesome. Daphne Descends is a really good song. Crestfallen, Pug, the list goes on. It's a great record.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Who plays drums on that record? Is it
different people? I think Joey Waronker and Matt Cameron, I think, do some stuff on that record.
Oh really? Wasn't Kenny Aronoff in that for a while too?
He was. I don't know. He might have played on a track on that, but he played live with them on that tour and the Machina tour. No, Jimmy came back from Machina. So yeah. So, but yeah, that was a great record. And yeah, Kenny Aronoff was in there. Yeah, different drummers. I think Matt Cameron was in there too.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was just the Kenny, but that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, really cool. So that will be coming out very soon. The Pumpkins Live at the Viper Room 1998.